Welcome back everybody to the daily show where we discuss and do technical analysis on big mega cap stocks. So before we get started, please smash that like button, and 100 plus likes on this video would be greatly appreciated, guys. And if you're new here, consider subscribing. Now if you want to support the channel and get my daily trade ideas, my swing trade ideas, live trading, and all kinds of setups, definitely check out their link down below in the description for Patreon. And now let's get right into it, guys. On Tesla stock is down 6.5%, so Tesla gapped down this morning down to 227, 226, and from there we saw a bounce back up to almost 232, but this thing did not hold right here, 224.69 5-day moving average. And now you can see, I think early as tomorrow morning, we're really close to this gap. Tesla will close this gap early as tomorrow morning to 13.23, and that's going to be a critical level to watch as a support. Just underneath that level, we have this rising 50 SMA, which is sitting also at 208. So that's going to be another strong level of support to watch. And underneath that level, you're going to see a quick flush down to 200. Now, somehow Tesla can hold right here, 213 to maybe even 208. That could be a buying opportunity right here as long as the support can hold, and we could see a rally back up to 224.69 5-day moving average, and over that level you're going to see a move up to 234.70 right here, 13 SMA on this daily time frame, and then we can talk about possibly 240, and then this gap on top, 245.63 on Tesla. On AMD, it's down over 8%, and look at this flush today, guys. We got really close to 148, 147.29, and look at this rejection. This thing got wiped off. $17 down from the top, all the way down to 130. That is a big move on AMD, and what do we got? High volume and bearish engulfing candle. And I also said it last night, until this thing fills this gap right here at 153.80 and possibly clears 164, I don't see AMD going up in the short term. But this could be a nice dip buying opportunity on AMD. Look at the high here, 52-week high or all-time high, 227, and now trading near 130. That is definitely a good dip buying opportunity. You don't want to chase anything when it's going up, but definitely you don't want to miss out when there is a dip on a stock like AMD. So think about that. Now, going into tomorrow's session, there will be strong support at 125 on AMD. And at that point, this thing is already getting a bit oversold. Now to the upside, AMD makes a move back up to the upside. Watch out for the resistant 5-day moving average and this resistant right here, 138. And over that level, you're going to see a move up to 148. And then this gap, 153.80. But with this candle and high volume selling, I don't see AMD going up to 138 or even 148 tomorrow. So watch out. If this thing flushes down more, we might be getting down to 125 and maybe even lower from there, 122 to 118. And here's my X account, and if you guys are on there, definitely give me a follow. And I do not charge anything here on X. These information and my plays, and you can get in touch with me right here on X, totally free. You can ask me anything you want, any information you need, I'll give it to you right here on X. Now, let me share some fantastic plays from today. And it's not 30%, not 40%, and I'm just sharing like two things here, guys. Not even all the plays. These are day trades, not even sharing swing trades. And yesterday, a lot of people actually had questions. Well, Qs, I actually had puts from top. I was selling as Qs was coming down. Then actually had calls, building a position, and sold out. Yesterday sold completely out pretty much today at the top. And then this was actually a day trade. This is not 30%, 40%. There is so many plays. It just, do you have the guts? Do you have the money to play with me? That's the thing. Right here on Qs, what happened? Well, you can see 9:43 a.m. If you time it, you will see Qs was trading right here in between 474 and 475. 470 puts for $1.85. Low on that one was $1.65. So I got a bit high, but boy, oh boy. If you check right now, you will see it's over 11 bucks a piece. I think got up to like 13 bucks a piece. Massive. So this is one trade. I took profit here on Q's, half sold right here. You can see 10.07, and then capped other half, and this thing actually paid. I sold for $8 a piece, and it went up to like 11 to 13 bucks a piece. So that was a massive trade on Q's. Now here's another one. You know, I was going to short Roblox this morning, and this thing already dropped, went back up to fill the gap near 41, and I got $40 puts. What happened on this one? Also 80% profit on that one. I think got up to 110%. I mean, after I sold, this thing came down even more, but did not go big on this one. But Q's definitely paid a lot of money today. So all these trade ideas, real trade ideas, lots of trade ideas, and especially if you're really serious about trading and you want to support the channel and you want to hang out, then definitely Patreon is the way to go, guys. Check out their link down below in the description. So Netflix also going down 0.5%, but look at the move here on this one, guys. We got really close to 20-day moving average right here, 648, got a rejection, did not really touch 20-day moving average, which is a negative slope, so we do not have a bull trend here on Netflix. Got a rejection, came back again, took out 630, and now pretty much trading under 630. And if you look at my screen, this consolidation right here, 625 to 624, that is actually a support level. So that is what Netflix holding into closing. Now if that gives up, immediately you're going to see a flush down to 604, and from there this thing can come down even more. Now to the upside, if Netflix actually can break and hold 630, only above 630, you're going to see some continuation like you saw today up to 636.51, and then we can even talk about possibly going up and retesting 648 and then 655 50 SMA on this daily time frame on Netflix. On Microsoft is down 0.30%, and the calls that I had here on Microsoft 420 went through the roof. And I did not hold anything today, guys. Sold right here at 425, got out, locked in profit, and then look at this thing. I mean, took a massive dump off, huge reversal right here on Microsoft, and now not even holding 420. As a matter of fact, forget about holding 420. It's actually holding this critical support 413. And I think now the way this thing is looking and how this Bollinger Band rapidly coming down, lower Bollinger Band, you're going to see a move down to this gap near 400. So watch out for that. 413 gives up, the next support lower Bollinger Band 408, and then this gap just under 400. If this thing can actually hold 420 over 420, we can see a move back up to the upside, possibly back up to 432 to 433. And once we get up to that level, then we can talk about possibly going up and filling this gap 443. Until then, I think Microsoft can come down and close this gap. As long as this thing actually stays under 420, this gap will likely to get filled under 400. On Google, stock is down 0.40%, so Google came back, and from this support right here, this thing went back up to almost 176, got a rejection for the second time, came back, and now trading just above 171.45 and the critical support 170. Now, if that gives up, you can see Bollinger Band pointing down also. It can come back all the way down to 165, and from there, watch out for a move down to 162, and then this gap comes into play, 158.28. Now, anytime you see Google actually breaking and holding 176, that's going to be bullish for a move all the way up to 180, and then this gap right here on top, 183.33. Until Google actually breaks and holds 176, you're not going to see any more upside. As a matter of fact, we might be pulling back down to this gap, 158.28. On Apple, stock is down 1.68%, and now I think Apple coming out with earnings, and so far this thing is absolutely flat on the day. So I'm not going to put too much effort into this Apple analysis for today. Just watch. If this thing breaks and holds 220, watch out for a move up to 225. Over 220 definitely will look bullish. Under 220, watch out for a move, a drop down to 214, possibly down to 50 SMA right here, 212, and then 207. This thing clears 220, then watch out for a move up to 225 and possibly going all the way back up to 230, and looks like it's dropping. So I got to look at that earnings as soon as I'm done with this video, and it's definitely not making a big move like other stocks are making at this point, like Amazon and even Meta made a big move today. On Amazon, stock is down 1.56%, and now I think with earnings just came out and now it's down 5%. So I don't know what the earnings are. I'll look into it, but looks like it's not doing great. And now it's down to this critical support 173. So again, with earnings, nobody knows where things will open tomorrow. If this thing opens right here, there is a good chance we might see a bounce from 173. But if that gives up, you're going to see a drop down to 167. 160 and possibly down to this gap 159.76. That's going to be a long way down if this thing actually makes a move down here. Now, as long as 173, we can open over 173 and 173 holds, there is definitely a chance this thing can actually make a move back up to 180. So that's going to be a level to watch. And again, with earnings, I don't know if they got a beat or not and where things will open. So we'll do a deep dive in tomorrow night on Amazon. On Meta, it's up 4.82%. So Meta was up, I think, 10-11%. And just like I said last night, watch out for a move up to 520. We definitely got up to 520. Meta went over 520 up to 527. And because how the market was selling off, it does not matter if you actually had good earnings or not. If the market's selling off on a stock like Meta, it does not matter what the earnings are, it will come down. So this is exactly what we got. And also, this is a big resistance right here. It was up like 40-50 bucks, I think. And now it's up only $23 on the day. But still up quite a bit from the earnings. And looks like it's holding this critical level right here, 490, and this 50 SMA at 492. So that is going to be the level to watch on any pullback right here on Meta that happens tomorrow. But if this thing cracks under 490 to 492, you're going to see a flush and possibly closing this gap at 476.50. And from there, we also have support at 470. And underneath that level, watch out for a move down to 452. Now, Meta can hold above 490 to 492, this red line 50 SMA. Then watch out for a bounce back up to 504 and then 520 up to even 531. On Nvidia, stock is down 6.67%, so massive dump off. Now, what I said last night, Nvidia clears 118, holds 118, then watch out for more upside. But I'm not buying this until this thing clears 118. And what happened today? I mean, look at this, guys. We got up to 121 almost, and then from there, this thing took a massive beating. Again, huge rejection. Also, if you go back and watch my videos, maybe last 4 or 5 videos when this thing was up here over 118, and I was saying that whenever a big name like Nvidia hits a big support level like 118 here in this case and it breaks, it's going to act as a resistance when this thing comes back up. Also, I said last night this could be a lower high, and then we get a rejection, we might be going for a new low, and that means one thing, $98 to even 96 to close this gap down here. So Nvidia definitely not out of the woods yet. Until this thing breaks and holds 118, I don't see any more upside on Nvidia. We might get some sort of a relief rally, small bounce here and there. But look at even today, guys, came back down to where? This critical support and did not break. Now, again, just like 118, it's hitting this 107 multiple times. And if that breaks, Nvidia will flush. Again, Nvidia will flush down to 98 right here, and then this gap at 96, and that might be a buying opportunity. Now, a few people, they were asking me yesterday, I'm not holding Nvidia shares. I already sold yesterday. It says right on my video, where actually I was sharing my screen from my X account that I sold right here. It says right there, your answer on that Nvidia trade was there, already sold. So that is why I sold. I mean, this thing might come back, gets a rejection. I'm not going long here on Nvidia, especially at 118. This is where I would sell. This was just a short-term, a swing trade. The next day I got out. Now, if this thing pulls back down to 96, that might be where I might take a position and start building my position. I'm not gonna go big or anything here. And this was an oversold position that I took, and immediately I got out. It was really nice. I mean, this thing from 103 got up to 120. That is a big move. So now I don't have any Nvidia shares. I'm looking to buy if this thing gets down to this gap. Only here on this gap I'll be interested, buying Nvidia. Otherwise I'm not touching it. So watch out. 107 breaks, you're going to see more flush, and Nvidia will likely to come down and take out this low down here. And if that's out, 103, 102, you're going to see 98 and then 96 bucks right here. And then we can talk about even more downside once we get down to 96. Now to the upside, and the only way up, break over 118. Otherwise, I don't see Nvidia going up that much in the short term. And that's all I have for you guys in this video. Thank you so much for watching, and those likes, keep it coming, guys. We got up to 100 plus yesterday, and definitely this one needs 100 plus likes again, so I can make these videos for you guys every night.